Moonfall Chronicle, The Moonthrall Graveyard by NewtC. Darkness ruled the open oceans of Moonsreach. In the distance, faint flashes stretched out to the small congregation of gelatinous beings as they made their way over the plains. Their mindkeeper weakly pulsed back a reply, its inner light flickering like a candle. Seconds passed before it resumed its chant. In the beginning, there were 6 clans. The Deep Watchers, the Light Finders, the Moon-Driven, the Storyborn, the First Keepers, and the Life Riders. Every siphon in the Storyborn clan had heard this chant from their first moment. They knew it by heart, and every regeneration reinforced it within the Mindkeeper. But now, their stories were dying. Their history was sick and needed to be healed. They traveled to Sister's Cradle, to the home of the First Keepers, to regeneration. One of the siphons, a long-tentacled hunter, began to lag behind the caravan. They had noticed something. They drifted closer and closer to the plains before coming to hover above a small chasm between 2 ridges. They flashed a question to the caravan. What is this? Several of the other siphons flashed back, each with their own words. Moonthralls, decaying, inactive, sick, graveyard, dead. Dead? A pause. The Mindkeeper flashed again, this time sending out images. Images of these things in motion, gathering the divine food and moving them, grouping in clusters, then lying down and staying still. But they move again. It was not a question, but a stated fact. Another pause. No, they are not like us. A tentacle reached out from the curious colony and alighted on the husk of one of the dead things. No movement, no danger, just stillness. It flashed the new word. Dead. The caravan began to move on, but the siphon stayed for a bit. They marveled at the shapes of the carapaces, allowing their tentacles to slide over them. They had never seen rocks shaped like this. They never knew that rocks could live and move. Surely they must be like the divine rocks the Mindkeepers ate. What else could possibly move like them? The creatures were spherical. They had several tentacles like the siphon, but these tentacles were clad in rocky armor. In between where each tentacle joined, a plate protected the main body and a small eye. But how did they swim? Where were their mind selves? How could they escape if they were trapped? All these rocks would stop them. The colony's tentacles finally withdrew from the pile of discarded husks. Curiosity sated. They decided to take one small part of the graveyard. The rock was a curved plane, small enough to put into its pouch, perfect in shape aside from a hole that had formed in the center, and several sharpened spikes around the edges. They had a hard time deciding what piece to take, but eventually they found one that most of the colony liked. As one, the young siphon turned away from the dead creatures and began to return to the caravan. Behind them, a blue light flashed. A moonfall smashed through the ice high above and began to sink to the plains. Without turning around, the siphon's many organisms watched the falling star. Moonfall, divine rock. Find it and feed it to the Mindkeeper. Maybe heal her. Off in the distance, several other siphons broke from the caravan and joined them. Moonfall, heal the Mindkeeper. Come, let us find it. The siphon joined the group and jetted off with them. Beneath them, the mound of dead Moonthralls shifts. Aching tentacles reach weakly towards the drowned star. One of the husks reaches for something else. The dead Moonthrall gazes with an eye ringed by exposed flesh. Even death cannot silence a Moonthrall's devotion.